Hi, my name is Sally Inkster and I help new entrepreneurs and business owners shine by having a clear and compelling personal brand. This helps them to stand out in a crowd and be confident in the fact that what they're showing other people is exactly who they are and what their business is. I'm talking about personal brand today, and I am delving into my 3 PHs that I have around brand. The first one is about philosophy, the second one is about physicality, and the third one is phenomenon. So today I'm going to deal with philosophy. And philosophy is a theory or an attitude that acts as a guiding principle for your behaviours. It's lots of things that we need to think about, and quite often we go through the world and we really don't know what those things are, what makes our philosophy. And one of the biggest things that makes our philosophy is our values. Now, our values can come from our family, they can come from our traditions, they can come through a culture, through a religion, but they can be all kinds of, they're quite often a noun. So mine, for me personally, are respect, fairness and loyalty. And you will all have different ones, and there's lots and lots out there, but you need to decide and know exactly what your values are. It is so beneficial because it gives you that guiding light of where to go. It can also make some decisions for you when you're not quite sure whether, 1, you ought to take on that customer, or 2, you ought to post something on social media. It gives you a framework. It sort of gives you your life's rules, and it really does make you, part of you is what makes you unique. And when you are in business, being unique is absolutely what you need to be, because somebody's got to choose you to work with. Another thing that actually makes this philosophy of ours is our strengths. Now, our strengths are very, very simply our talents that we have worked on. So I've got a muscle here, and I'm at the moment really trying to build my upper body strength. So I'm working on that muscle to make it better. And when we find out exactly what our talents are, we can know and assess what our strengths are. And sometimes our strengths can change because we know what our talents are, but actually there's something else that we want to work on. So I have a little bit of a talent for music, and I'm trying to improve my piano playing at the moment. And that may at some stage be a bigger talent than something else I do. So they can vary as time and life goes past. But it is incredibly important that you know what your strengths are, because if you're not working in your strengths and working in your talents, you are not going to be happy. You are going to find your day-to-day grind of life really hard, especially if you're in a job where you aren't using your talents and your strengths. And that really brings us to the opposite. What about weaknesses? Well, weaknesses you can't really ignore. They're there. There's not a lot we're going to do. Everybody has weaknesses, but the best thing is knowing what they are. Because if you know what they are, actually then you can be creative and think around on how you can use a strength to make up for the thing that you're weakest in. But there's also another thing with strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes strengths can use against us, because if we just live our life in our strengths and we do it all the time, actually they can be too much. They can tip over the edge. So one of my strengths is that I can talk, as you can tell, but occasionally I can talk too much, and I keep talking and I don't listen. So actually that's when my strength is working against me. So what else can help with our philosophy of life? Well, how does your brain work? Okay, what is it doing? What mind hacks do you use to make your brain have good habits? Have you got more of a feminine personality or a masculine personality? What is your personality? Have you done a Myers-Briggs test to find out exactly what your personality is? Because again, unless you know, if you don't know whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, then how do you know whether you want to get up and talk to people, or whether when you're feeling so overwhelmed you actually want to go into a quiet room, or when you're so overwhelmed with stuff you actually want to talk to people and have people around you? That can be the difference, and you need to know that and understand it. It's your inner game. You need to train your brain to be proud of you, the real you. Not just be proud of your business, but be proud of you. And there are lots of hacks out there that we can use, like reframing, working how to boost those serotonin levels, how the law of attraction works for us. So discover, find out, Google it, look at all these. There's lots of quizzes you can do, or you can come and work with me, up to you. But it really does make such a difference understanding who you are, and then you can put all that into your personal brand. It's taking all the good bits and putting them into your personal brand and letting everybody see them. Anyway, I hope that was helpful to you, and if it was, I would love you to share it, like, comment, tell me what you feel, what your strengths are. That would be a lovely thing to tell. One of my strengths is that I'm flexible, another one is that I'm quite confident, but there are all kinds of strengths that you can have. So here's my hope for you, that today you can go out and live in your best philosophy and best values for life, know what they are, and that you can have a great day showing people who and what you are. Take care. Bye.